quick greenhouse update. I've got lots of things growing. Everything's looking great. I have zinnias and nasturtiums, sorrel, chives, tomatoes, broccoli, I think. Just planted cucumbers right here. Dill, lots of herbs, dill and basil. These are radishes that need to go out really bad. Cauliflower, lettuces, moringa in here. Three of them's coming up, and all kinds of greens. I've got different types of lettuces and kales growing in this pot that I talked about in an earlier video, where I just sliced tomatoes at the end of the year and laid them in the planter and put them in the cool dark spot. I have 3 tomatoes coming up in there. There's a lot of other crap coming up in there I need to weed out, but there's 3 tomatoes coming up in that. And more lettuces. And I bought that. Bought that at the FFA greenhouse. Our local school, FFA, does a greenhouse, and I bought that. So, gotta help out the FFA. Down here, none of that's coming up yet, but I have planted some chives. Oh, I see a few little pieces in there. Chives and basil. It's all herbs. Lemon basil and a different kind of basil. And, oh, that one's got cucumbers. I just planted all that down there, so none of that's really coming up yet. Thai basil, it's not coming up yet. And I wanted to mention my comfrey. Someone sent me a comfrey in trade for an elderberry bush. We had several elderberry bushes coming up in our herb garden, and needed to get them out. We have elderberry everywhere, so we didn't need them, and someone asked for them. I've had several people that asked for them. I sent them to them. So this lady said, I'd love to have one of those elderberry bushes, and I will send you a comfrey in return. So I thought that was a wonderful swap to do with her. I love barter and trade. That makes me happy. And I didn't ask for anything in return, and wouldn't. So anybody I have given one to, I didn't mind at all, because I feel like we should share our abundance anyways. But I thought it was really nice of her. And she sent me this little comfrey in the mail. And when I got it, it was just kind of real little, and I was kind of worried about it, but it came right out doing beautiful. There's 3 pieces of it. And she is, I'll give her a little shout out here. She is Double B Acres and has a beautiful little business card. Bruce and Berta Lancaster. And they have a YouTube channel, Granny B. So y'all go check out Granny B, Bruce and Berta Lancaster. And she has the cutest little business card there. I'm going to check into getting some like that. And she sent me a sticker. So thank you, Miss Berta. My comfrey is doing great. And y'all go check out Miss Berta over at Granny B. And so I absolutely love my greenhouse. If you don't have a greenhouse yet, you gotta get busy on that, because it is just a marvelous place to be. You can extend your growing season. You can grow things especially the cool weather things, the lettuces and all that, you can grow real early and then real late. And I just enjoy sitting in here. Now it does get a little warm. It gets quite hot. One day Lee come home from work and it was 100 degrees in here. It was it had gotten up to about 75 outside, and it was 100 in the greenhouse. And some of my lettuces and spinach had kind of started wilting just a little, but he opened the door and watered them and they perked right back up. However, I don't recommend doing that. The only reason they are still in here is because we are still trying to get my herb garden ready for all this stuff. And so I've been trying to go ahead and get all that done, and I've gone ahead and picked some of the lettuces and spinaches small, just because I'm worried about it getting too hot before I get them out. But like I said, he opened the door and watered them good, and they perked right back up for now. So,
but I planted some potatoes out here last year, and they didn't produce anything, so I just quit even messing with them. But evidently it produced some kind of little potato in there, and so now this year I have potato plants that are popping up just out of the blue. I was fixing to get this bed here ready to till it over and put sand in it to plant me my watermelons, but now I've got potatoes coming up in here everywhere on this one row where I planted some potatoes last year. And like I said, I checked them out a couple of times, and there was no potatoes whatsoever. It was growing on them. So I just gave up on them, and the weeds took it over. But now this year, there's potato plants growing in here. I guess I'll just have to start hoeing around it and see what comes about from it. Alright, just got me kind of... I know that you can leave them in the ground over winter and they will come out the next year, so evidently there was at least one or two small potatoes that grew off of each one of them last year that went on ahead and sprouted out this spring. It was definitely a great surprise.
Give us a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to watch our live show every Friday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time.